What's up guys, Jimmy coming to you guys with another video. Before we get into the video, as always, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And when you guys hit subscribe, please make sure you guys are hitting that notification button. So getting right into the video, these are a review on the Air Jordan 11 Jubilees. These came out this past weekend on December 12th. So, hopefully you guys managed to cop a pair if you didn't. But, unfortunately for you guys, if you didn't, resale isn't too crazy on these. I feel like it's what's expected for these typical Air Jordan 11 releases in December. And the pair that I'm reviewing today is actually an early access pair that came back around in November. I believe it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, almost a month. And getting right into it, here is the box that the shoes come in. Really interesting packaging from Nike and Jordan brand. First time they've ever done something like this for the 11. It's typically a pull-out box. I know there was a couple of years where like the Bread 11s had like the OG style box where it was like brown and black and like hits of orange, and then there was another year where it was just like basically a GR Jordan box. So really interesting and honestly pretty dope to see Jordan brand switch it up. But on top of the box you have a Jumpman in metallic, and then you have this basically two panel of the box. One portion of it is black and the other is that metallic gray. The tag reads Air Jordan 11 Retro. Colors are black, multicolor, but really on the shoe there's not that many colors involved. It's just really black and metallic. So the tag of the box reads Air Jordan 11 Retro. Colors are black, multicolor, and these are a size 9. If you look at the shoe, it's really just black and metallic gray, so I'm not too sure why they put multicolor rather than just put a metallic gray. Suggested retail is $220, so with tax and everything, total comes out to be almost $240, around that price range. So like I said earlier, first time Jordan brand has ever done a box like this. When I first saw the box, I actually had no idea how to open it, but basically on the black portion at the very bottom right here, you lift it up and this part pulls out, and then this gray section pulls out as well. So pretty interesting packaging from Nike. And then to showcase the 25th anniversary of the 11s, and rather than having the typical carbon fiber style tissue paper, the tissue paper for the Jubilees has 1995 to 2020, just kind of marking the 25th anniversary for this model. And getting right into the shoes, here they are. Really clean and simple in person, you guys. I wouldn't say these are my absolute favorite Air Jordan 11s of all time, especially with them being a newer colorway. We have never seen anything like this. I mean, we've seen something similar to this, but we've never seen anything exactly like this before. But my first take on the shoes is, the quality is kind of iffy on these. I feel like Jordan brand kind of lacked a little, and that's something I'll dive a little bit deeper in. And I mean, it's just a simple black Air Jordan 11 with a frosted outsole, so can't really say anything too bad about the shoe. So starting with the outsole, it's kind of hard to describe, but it's essentially kind of like an off-white color. To me, it seems like frosted, almost like a gum sole. And the bottom you have hits of gray under two sections right here. You have your infamous carbon fiber shank plate. This used to be the easiest way to tell whether or not your 11s were fake. And then in the center you have a white Jumpman, and then moving up you have your white midsole that wraps all the way around. I think honestly for maybe 99% of the Air Jordan 11s, I think maybe all of them, there's not one that I can think off the top of my head that doesn't have a white midsole. I think the Gammas, the Gammas have a black midsole, and now that I think of that, there was a bunch of other shoes that do have a black midsole, but the majority of the 11s that do come out have this white midsole here. And of course you have your infamous patent leather. I'll say the cut of this patent leather seems to be pretty nice. It seems to be pretty high up there, true to that OG style cut, and I would hope so since these are the 25th anniversary. One thing I'll say about this patent leather though is it seems, like I said, the quality on the shoe just doesn't seem all that great. The patent leather seems pretty thin, and I know in the previous releases the patent leather has been pretty thick, so that's a little bit disappointing to see on this model. And then moving to the final portions of the upper, you have your mesh upper, which is pretty common on all Air Jordans 11s. The one thing that is a little bit different on these Jubilee 11s is you have the Jordan that is styled out on the lacing area. I think the one other pair of 11s that might have done this, if I don't know for sure 100%, but I'm pretty sure that was the case, is maybe the DMP 11s that came out like 10 years ago or so, but I'm pretty sure those are the only other ones that have this Jordan right here on the lacing area. And then on the tongue you have your infamous Jumpman Jordan tag. Typically this is like a mesh cloth material, but they decided to go with the leather and metallic Jumpman right in the middle. And I'll say, even though that is such a small portion of the shoe, it almost is kind of my favorite just because it's such a small detail, but when you look down at the shoe, that little Jumpman really pops out at you. And then onto the final back portion of the shoe, you have a chrome Jumpman. This is pretty nice just because because, you know, it's not going to lose its shape. The only thing I will say is this leather doesn't feel all too great. So I picture over time, you know, if you're not careful with how you put on your shoes, this leather is going to crease pretty nasty, you know. I don't know, just this overall shoe just feels really thin. Like I could have sworn the 11s had a little bit more padding than I'm used to, but you know, this feels like almost just straight cardboard. And the last detail of the shoe is the infamous 2-3 on the back. This is nice because the material that they put on the Jubilees is something that's not going to scratch off over time. You know, that's something that a lot of people had issues with their 11, you know, just after wearing it so much. The 2-3 eventually does come off, but you're not going to have that problem with this pair here. Let me know what you guys think about the Jubilee 11s down below in the comments. Did you guys manage to cop them? Did you guys cop the resell? I think they're really nice in hand and nice to look at. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and until next time, peace. So just to